principle of superposition. This is our topic. Okay. Now, so what does it say? It says when a number of loads are acting on a body, the resulting strain, according to the principle of superposition, will be the algebraic sum of the strains caused by individual loads. I am reading out slowly. Bear with me. Listen. When a number of loads are acting on a body, there is a single body and multiple number of loads are acting. And because of that, there will be a resulting strain, and that resulting strain will be found out according to principle of superposition. What is it? It says the resultant strain will be the algebraic sum of the strains caused by the individual forces. Means all the forces are causing particular strains. Now if we add up, if we make an algebraic summation of all these all these strains caused by individual forces, then the resultant strain can be found out. So on this principle, on this principle of superposition, we will find some values in some problems. While using this principle for an elastic body which is subjected to a number of direct forces mean normal forces, either tensile or compressive, at different sections along the length of the body. First, the free body diagram of the individual section has to be drawn. Then the deformation of each section is obtained. Now the total deformation of the body will be then equal to the algebraic sum of the deformations of the individual sections. Okay, we will discuss these lines or this topic with help of a very simple example. Let me draw a figure to you. We have a body and there are different section has been marked. This junction is called A, this is B, this is C, and this is D. Okay. In D, there is a force 10 kilonewton. The direction can be found out by the arrow. At C, there is 20 kilonewton. At B, there is 80 kilonewton, and at A, there is 50 kilonewton. If any one force is not given here, then by using the condition of equilibrium, you have to find that force. If any force here is not given, or say given as P, unknown value, then you have to find it out by using the condition of equilibrium. That is, the total leftward force, the summation of the leftward forces should be equal to the summation of the rightward forces. Okay, here also you will see on the left hand side the total force is 50 plus 20 is 70 kilonewton is leftward. In rightward, 80 minus 10, 70. So you see, for condition of equilibrium, the total leftward forces is equal to total rightward forces. Otherwise, equilibrium will not happen and the object will move. And when the object moves, then we cannot find the deformation. Now, here in this problem, this is a well balanced problem. The length of these sections will be given, that is 600 mm, this is 1 meter, this is 1.2 meter. Okay, it's given that the cross section area is 1000 millimeters square. Okay, now your job is to find out the total strain, and also the material is given, its elastic modulus is 1.05 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per mm square. Now, now, whenever we see this, we must look at the units. We have to use same unit for every section. So here cross section is 1000 millimeter square. Here it is given millimeter square, and here it is meter, here it is meter, and here again millimeter. Okay, so you have to be very careful on this. Now, so in this bar, there are different forces working at different region, at different cross section. So we have to differentiate different parts from it and find the free body diagram. We have to draw the free body diagram. So looking at the figure, we can understand there are three different sections. We can name them section AB, section BC, and section CD. Okay, so when we bring out the sections, we draw them. First, we draw section AB. We take out section AB. Okay, it has length 600 mm. It has a force working on the left hand side is 50 kilonewton. There is nothing else, so we will write here 50 kilonewton. Okay, now again focus, try to understand what is happening. This object, this component of the object is in equilibrium. So in left hand side the force is 50 kilonewton, so there should be, for equilibrium, there should be another force in the opposite direction, should be 50 kilonewton. Okay, is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Now we go to section BC. This is the most important job. Section BC. Focus very carefully. What we can see here on BC, in the region B, in the cross section B, in the cross section B, there is a resultant force 80 kilonewton. Okay, resultant force is 80. Resultant at B, resultant force, resultant at B is 80 kilonewton rightward. From where we are getting it? From this master figure, from this given figure. Okay, we can see that at B there is a force, resultant force 80 kilonewton. But here, this is also section B, we can find the force working is 50 kilonewton. Okay, so at section B there was 80 kilonewton, 50 of it, 50 from this 80 has been already consumed by this section AB. Okay, so how much left for BC? Can anyone tell me?
30
Which,
kilonewton.
in which direction?
Rightward.
Rightward direction. Right, very good. So this is the resultant force 80. One is consumed by 50. So other one should be 30. Total was 80. One is 50. Then the other one should be 30. This one should be 30. Okay, so if we draw it in fair for BC, how much is left on section B, on junction B? Is 30
30.
kilonewton rightward. Okay, anyone has any issue on it? Everybody understood? Okay, fine. So then, to keep BC in equilibrium, there should be another force equal and in opposite direction, and this should be 30 kilonewton leftward to balance this rightward force. Okay. Now again we draw CD. Okay. In D we can see there is 10 kilonewton, and we draw it as it is. So we have drawn D as it was. So to keep it in equilibrium, there should be another force 10 kilonewton, but we have to check whether there is at C there is 10 kilonewton is available or not. Look at C, it says the resultant force that is working on this junction C, the leftward resultant at C is leftward 20 kilonewton. Okay. Now at BC we can find there is a force 30. So one force is 30 kilonewton leftward. So leftward resultant is 20. One force is leftward 30. So what will be the other force? Look at this condition. Resultant is leftward 20. One force is leftward 30. What will be the other one?
Rightward 10.
স্যার এই জায়গাটা স্যার আরেকবার বলবেন স্যার?
Resultant force leftward 20. There are two forces. Because of these two forces, the resultant has been created, and this resultant is 20 kilonewton. One force out of them is
10
30
kilonewton rightwards.
Yeah, 10 kilonewton rightward.
Rightwards.
So this force is where? At junction C. We are talking about C. So at C, other force will be 10 kilonewton rightward. So you see, this 10 kilonewton and this 10 kilonewton are balancing each other. So for every problem, this force can be divided in this way. So now we have three different components or segments. Now if we find out the elongation of segment 1 and segment 2 and segment 3 separately and then add them up, then we can get total elongation. So total elongation is delta L, total elongation or total compression, whatever we will find out. Now this delta L, total change in length, will be equal to delta L AB plus delta L BC plus delta L CD. Okay. Now we know.
স্যার পেজটা উপরে তুলবেন স্যার?
Sure. Now this delta L AB formula PL by AE. In previous class we have discussed that the change in length is PL by AE, where P is the force, L is the original length, A is cross section, and E is elastic modulus.
Sir, I was telling that P was the compressive force.
P is force, just not compressive. P might be any force.
Okay, okay.
So P here in this case is tensile. When the force is tensile, we will place positive sign. When it is compressive, we just put negative sign. So P in case of AB is positive, and that was 50, and the length was 600. Now your job is to convert all these units into a single type of unit. So you can take them Newton and millimeter, you can take them kilonewton millimeter. That will not be, you have to keep it simple. So 50 should be converted into Newton. This is kilonewton. You convert it by multiplying into 1000. That becomes Newton. Okay. Now P into millimeter means 600. If we keep in this in millimeter, then we can keep A and E both in millimeter. So area is 1000 millimeter square, and this E is given here 10 to 1.05 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. So this is taken into Newton. We have changed P into Newton. This is kept in millimeter. This is kept in millimeter. This is also kept in millimeter square. Okay. So we keep all these things in millimeter. Okay, now this is 1.05 into 10 to the power 5 PL by AE. Okay, this is for segment 1. Now this delta L, when we find out this delta L BC, that means the second segment, here we can see this is compressive force. So P will be negative. So when P negative, this sign becomes negative, and the force here working is 30.
স্যার কম্প্রেসিভের জন্য নেগেটিভ ইউজ হবে তো?
So that will be
So it is there because it's compressive force.
because of compressive force, the force will be negative. Because there will be decrease in length. That's why this negative sign comes up. So it will be 30 into 1000 by 1000. Cross section is same, and E is also same because the material is same, into, now this is in meter, this was in meter, we have to change it into millimeter. Now again we can see on CD this is also compressive, so again negative sign, and that will be 10 into 1000. We convert it into Newton by 1000 into 1.05 into 10 to the power 5 into 1.2 meter. So it will be 1200. Okay. Now you find out answer, and you just write it here. I don't have calculator. I forgot to bring it, so I will not go into calculations. And the book from where I have taken this problem, it is wrongly solved there.
Minus 0.1142, sir.
0.
Minus 0.1142.
Minus 0.110742. Is it okay? Millimeter.
Millimeter. Yes.
So can you once please show that the first section AB section's free body diagram?
Here. We start from any of the sides.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I'm not sure about the answer. You calculate by yourself. This negative sign shows that the total bar, this total bar, this total bar will be compressed by this much amount. That is the minus sign says. Okay, is the problem clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, then everybody take a pen and paper with you, and we will discuss the problem together. We are going to solve the problem together on it. Now, everybody got pen and paper?
Sir.
I'll draw a diagram. You people also do it.
So what was the answer?
I don't know. I have not solved it.
Oh,
I forgot to bring the calculator in this room. You can solve it by yourself. That is just simple calculation.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, will you upload this video in
Yeah.
Classroom?
I will. Okay, so look at this problem here. This is 120 centimeter. This is 90 centimeter. Okay. The total member is ABCD, which is subjected to these different loads at different sections as shown P1, P2, P3 and P4. Now, P1 is 45 kilonewton. P3 is 450 kilonewton. P4 is 130 kilonewton. And P is given 2.1 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per millimeter square. Okay, this is the given data. Now you have to go part by part. Same procedure we have done in previous class. Our job is to find out delta L. This is the job. Now, throw out your ideas.
Sir, what is P2?
I could not hear you. Please come again.
The P2
P2 is not given. Yeah, find out. I have said in earlier problem several times how to find it out. Find out P2. That is the first job.
Sir, 365.
365.
365. Let me calculate. P1 plus P3, 45 plus 450. It's very difficult for me to calculate in mobile. Yeah, 365. Direction? Everybody
Right.
got the same answer?
Right one.
Yes, sir. Right word.
Everybody got same answer? Everybody understood? If you have any issues, please ask me. Okay, that means everybody understood. It's a very good progress. Either I am teaching very well or you are not speaking out freely. So P2, as if you look in this figure, the total leftward forces are P1 plus P3 and total rightward forces are P2 plus P4. Total leftward force should be equal to total rightward force. Put the values and you will get P2. So P2 is equal to 365 kilonewton. Okay, what is the next step?
Sir, individually we have to find out.
Yeah,
For A, B, B, C, and C, D.
for
Because
ABC.
area is different.
Okay.
Area is different for.
Okay, so we will take the segment one, AB. Can you look at the figure? Is it on the page? I cannot see because the video is very small there. I forgot the settings today. I am seeing my video in a very small space. I cannot see properly. So if you don't see, if you need to, if I need to adjust the page, please inform. Okay, so we will start with the segment AB. Fine. Now, what we have to do here?
So we have to find out elongation for the resulting forces
It
P1
will
and
be
P2.
elongation. Okay, fine, elongation. Then
So
next
then
job.
the change in area.
Yes. What are you saying? Please come again.
So then the change in area.
Change in area. There is no change in area.
Sir, then sir, the two arrows you have given. Oh, sir. Okay. That is the area. Okay, sorry, sir.
I mean
I was.
cross section area. That is cross section area.
Okay, sir. I thought there are forces. Sorry, sir.
That is millimeter square dimension. You have done your drawing class in previous semester.
Yes, sir.
Forgot that.
Sir, 0.4914 millimeter is coming. Total elongation.
0.4914.
4914
You have got too
millimeter.
far. Let me check. Yeah, 0.4914, right. In book, the answer seems okay. But tell me the steps.
Sir, in
Other
first
people
case,
who have not solved it,
in
please tell me what we have to do here. Yeah, somebody was saying
yes, sir.
something.
In AB section, in the leftward force is 45 kilonewton and the rightward force is 45 kilonewton according to the equilibrium state.
Right.
So,
So P1
del
is
L,
45.
L1,
Slowly. Let everybody understand. The leftward P1 is 45, so we have written 45 here. Because of the equilibrium condition, in rightward also there will be 45. Now we can find out del L AB.
For BC left rightward force 450 kilonewton and
Wait. Let me draw.
for
BC
BC,
will be under compressive force or
force
tensile
is
force?
compressive. Yes, sir. Compressive
Compressive
force.
force. No, you
320
cannot.
kilonewton in both sides.
You cannot go into in certain decision at the very beginning. You have to find it out. So resultant is P2. Okay, resultant P2, resultant is 365 rightward. Resultant 365 rightward. Okay, now we
320 right one. So 365 minus 45.
yeah. And one force resultant 365. One force is already we have found out at section B at junction B. Resultant 365 rightward. Now one force is 45 rightward. So other force will be 365 minus 45 rightward. That is 320 rightward. Everybody understood? Anybody has any issue?
Sir,
Sound.
in
Okay.
the
Yeah.
options of P3 written 450 kilometer or 45 kilometer.
I could not understand. Please come again.
At junction C,
अरे
the
junction
force
B test
P3
Stop
value is
now at
given
stop
450
now at
kilometer or
junction
45
B.
kilometer.
Let us do it for junction B. Then we go for junction C. Okay. So at C at junction B here, the rightward force is 320, while along on working on BC. Okay. So this is 320. Now to keep it in equilibrium, rightward, sorry, in C, there will be leftward equal force 320 kilonewton. Okay.
ये बी पे फिर से बताइए ना 320 कैसे लाए? ये
यहाँ पे
365 P2 कैसे आ गया? P2 तो नहीं दिया हुआ था ना?
P2 तो हमने पहले कैलकुलेट कर लिए थे। ये क्या किया हमने?
रिपीट ना भाई ऊपर।
ओके सर।
ये हमने क्या किया है? इस फॉर्मूले में P1, P3, P4 को बिठा देंगे तो P2 निकलेगा। ये कैसे आ रहा है?
राइट फोर्सेस इक्वल टू लेफ्टवर्ड फोर्सेस।
यस, ऑन द कंडीशन ऑफ इक्विलिब्रियम।
इक्विलिब्रियम, यस सर।
इसमें P1, P3, P4 बिठाएंगे तो P2 आ जाएगा विद डायरेक्शन। तो इसका भी निकल जाएगा क्योंकि एरिया दिया हुआ है और इलास्टिक मॉड्यूलस भी दिया हुआ है। तो अभी हम आगे चलेंगे, सी डी का निकालेंगे। ठीक है, सी डी। अभी देखो हमारे डी में बस P4 है और कुछ नहीं है, तो डी में हम डायरेक्टली P4 लिखेंगे। P4 का मतलब है 130 किलो न्यूटन, इसका वैल्यू। अपना कॉपी में अपना डायग्राम में देखो, ये P4 जो था राइट में डी में, ये P4 का वैल्यू कितना था? 130। सो जब हमने CD बनाए हैं तो ये 130 आ जाता है। अब बिकॉज ऑफ इक्विलिब्रियम कंडीशन ये C में भी, जंक्शन C में उल्टे साइड में हमको चेक करना पड़ेगा कि 130 आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है, चेक करना पड़ेगा। तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, बात करेंगे एट जंक्शन C का। जंक्शन C में मास्टर डायग्राम देखो जो दिया हुआ है, गिवन डायग्राम। जंक्शन C में P3 है लेफ्टवर्ड, यही है रिजल्टेंट फोर्स P3 जो दिया हुआ है। P3 कितना? 450 किलो न्यूटन। ओके, सो एट जंक्शन C रिजल्टेंट 450 किलो न्यूटन लेफ्टवर्ड डायरेक्शन। ओके, रिजल्टेंट 450 है और ये अगला ये पिछला इमेज में
130
जो BC है हमने देखे, वन फोर्स कितना है? वन फोर्स इज 320 किलो न्यूटन लेफ्टवर्ड। सो अदर फोर्स कितना होगा? रिजल्टेंट इतना है, वन फोर्स इतना है, अदर कितना होगा?
130
450 माइनस 320, डायरेक्शन सेम होगा लेफ्टवर्ड, that will be 130 kilonewton leftward. देखो ये C में 130 kilonewton ही होना चाहिए था, वही हुआ है. इसका मतलब पूरा प्रॉब्लम का जो हमने फोर्स डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन किए हैं ये सारे के सारे ठीक है, सब कुछ बैलेंस्ड है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. तो अभी हम लोग जो हमारा फॉर्मूला है, टोटल इलोंगेशन विल बी डेल्टा एल ए बी प्लस डेल्टा एल बी सी प्लस डेल्टा एल सी डी. ये करके तीनों के तीनों ही यहाँ पे नहीं, ये डेल्टा एल ए बी पॉजिटिव है, डेल्टा एल बी सी ये आएगा नेगेटिव, क्योंकि डेल्टा एल बी सी जो होगा ये कॉम्प्रेसिव फोर्स के अंडर में काम कर रहा है, तो डेल्टा एल बी सी नेगेटिव होगा, अगेन सी डी पॉजिटिव हो जाएगा. ओके, तो हम लोग को ये क्लास में सॉल्व करने का जरूरत है क्या? ये कैलकुलेशन तुम लोग कर सकते हो घर में? क्या कहते हो?
यस सर.